Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Planescape Torment. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you chose to join me today here in the Hive Market with a lot of people, a lot of things going on, and I'm gonna talk over here to this Githzerai townsperson. I think I know what a Githzerai is. We found them in Baldur's Gate. I think they're supposed to be mimics or something? Let's see. This man slowly turns as you approach. His eyes are like two black stones. They briefly flicker over your frame. Then he locks gazes with you. Although this man looks humanoid, he has a yellow cast to his skin and gaunt features. He has a thin, angular frame. His limbs look like they're made of nothing but strings of muscles knotted around bone. His clothing is a curious blend of sharp colors and dull, mud-stained browns. Greetings. The man remains silent. He does not acknowledge your greeting. Merely stares at you. I had some questions. Give it up, Chief, says Morte. Talking to a Gith is like trying to make good with razor wine. Let's go. Gith? Yeah, a Gith. Morte glances at the Gith, who is still staring at you. We'll talk about it some other time. Yeah, I'm not ready to leave just yet. I'm going to ask him some questions first. The Gith remains silent, though his black eyes are still locked on you. Can you understand me? He pauses for a moment, studying you, then replies in broken common. You are not known to me? His accent makes it difficult to understand him. It's like he takes every word, snaps it, and then drags out every vowel for good measure. The emphasis he places on the word known strikes you as odd. What do you want? Yeah, I'm not gonna pretend I know what he sounds like. I have some questions for you. I will not hear you. He looks like he is about to walk past you. Sure. He just doesn't want to talk to me. Suppose that's reasonable enough. We have iron nails over there. We have a hive tout. That's the touters. Yep. We got laborers over here. I don't think we talked to them, did we? You see a lean, tired-looking man. His clothes reek of dirt and sweat, and he looks out of breath. He ignores you as you approach. He looks like one of the common laborers in the marketplace. Okay, I'm gonna leave him alone. Oh, by the way, I just now that I read about the whole reek thing. Gauha, I talked to you already. We talked over here with Rickwind before. I was trying to find out who wrote him. It's very. I actually wanted to make a weekend update about the writing quality of this game because it's just brilliant. But unfortunately, I actually I couldn't find any real. Well, I haven't found any real resources to base any measure of writing about the quality of the game in regards to the authors of each bit, of each characters and all that. In particular, I was looking at who wrote Rickwind. Also was interested in that trader over there. Also interested in the Dariara or whatever the ghost woman was in the mortuary. And to know who wrote them. I've come across 3 particular people that wrote most of the dialogue here for Planescape, but I can't figure out who in particular wrote about Rick. That said, I did read something interesting, and I think it's speculative, but I did read somebody back. I know, actually, I think it was recent, but somebody drawing a comparison between Rickwind and Rick, which is a couple of characters actually in A Song of Ice and Fire from George R.R. Martin. And of course, if that is a direct comparison, if it's the direct inspiration, which I personally don't think is, but if it is, then you know, the person that was saying this online was saying that it's no wonder the writing is so good because they already had such good inspiration back then, because of course this game was released in 1999 and you know, Game of Thrones hadn't come out yet. Well, the book had, not the series, but A Song of Ice and Fire is the book series, is the name of the book series. So let's have a chat here with Iron Nails. Wait a minute. Did I talk to her already? Nails, nails, she says. This broad-shouldered woman is shuffling about amongst the huge beams lying on the street. She kicks at the beams with iron-shod boots. Every once in a while, oh, that's interesting. Every once in a while, she bends down and wrenches a nail from one of the boards with her bare hands. She holds up each one, appraising it, and then drops it into a leather sling bag. Greetings. She straightens up, hearing your approach. She's smiling politely, but from her stance and the way her hands rest close to the hilt of her weapon, you can tell she's ready for trouble. Well, of course she would. It's nighttime in the terrible place, but yeah. You notice one of her eyes has a milky film over it. That's close enough there, Cutter. What do you need from me? I had some questions. She nods. Ask away then. Who are you? She pulls 3 nails from her sling bat, tossing them spinning into the air and catching them in her palm. Iron nails, they call me. And she drops them back into the bag with a muffled clink. Why are you collecting the nails? I sell them to a man named Hamris in the lower ward. Maker of coffins he is. Oh, I think Hamris? Did I meet? Oh no, I've heard of them. Yeah, he's the bad one. He's the one that makes bad coffins, apparently. Tell me more of this Hamris. There's not much to say. It's a bit chatty. He'll rattle his bone box till you're barmy, if you let him. But a fair bargainer. He needs the nails, I need the jink. And that's about as far as it goes. Where's the lower ward? Well, I used to know the way, I did, but the Dabbas have changed their streets around again. Oh, what? They do that? Anyway, don't know how to get there now. I'll need to chart a new path, but I figure the Dabbas will straighten things out eventually. The Dabbas? Aye, the Dabbas, the lady's servant. And she looks at you puzzled. You must be near the sigil. Yeah. Tell me more about him. They work all over the city doing the lady's will. Always building and rebuilding they are, using what's fallen or torn down to make something new. What about the lady? She... Nals? Oh, wait a minute. Her name is not Nails, it's Nals. Iron Nals. That's interesting. Nals frowns at you. Oh, no you don't. I won't be saying anything more about her than I already have. And she traces a semicircle over her heart with a finger. Take my advice, Burke. Don't go asking about the lady. Very well. I have some questions then. What are you doing? She rolls her eyes. What did I look like I was doing, Burke? Collecting nails. And she laughs gently, shaking her head. Why? I sell them to a man named Amris. I know. So, does anyone else here scavenge nails? And she grins and shakes her head. No one was clever enough to have the will, or had the will to do it before me, and I've shoved off anyone who's tried to jump me claim since. And she pats the long-bladed dagger hanging at her side lovingly. Your claim? Aye, that's what I call it. Honest labor's hard to come by in Hive, and I am not about to let some sodding piker peel me off me work. I've sent more than one Burke running and howling, holding their guts in, or off with the collectors if they were unlucky. Her dead eye gleams maliciously. The Hive knows this spot is Iron Nal's, it does. Is that how your eye was ruined? Nal's face turns hard. None of your business, Burke. Why? Would you like a matching wound for your collection? Can I be nice? Can I, please? What does this mean? I don't understand what this means. No, that particular one's not quite me. And she laughs heartily. Aye, and I don't think you have much room for another scar besides. Well, I think that was supposed to be a joke, like taking her threat lightheartedly, which is, I suppose, a good way of taking it, because she's quite clearly defensive and not really trying to be aggressive or anything, or so just don't take her word at face value, I guess. I had some other questions. Can you tell me about this place? Look, Cutter, I've got a lot of work to do. The nails aren't finding their way into my bag while I'm spilling chant with you. Why don't you pick another Cutter's brain box about that for a time? Okay, well, apparently she doesn't want to talk about this place. I'm looking for a man named Farod. She nods. I heard the name, I have. Head of a pack of collectors or so, I hear? I'm not sure where a body'd find him, though. You may want to try Ragpicker Square. It's north and west of here. A whole mess of collectors called Kip there. Yeah, I know, but he's not there. Because I've asked already. Northeast? Wait a minute, she said northeast? Oh, north and west. Okay, so yeah, I've been kind of close to there. Not really there. I'm looking for a journal I've lost. Have you seen one? Nah, I've not. And she pauses for a moment. You know, that's a good idea, it is. A journal. Mayhaps I should start one of me own. Yeah, it is. It's amazing how much one can forget. A journal can help you hold on to your memories. She mulls over what you've said. Huh, you're right. You're right indeed, Cutter. I'll do it. I thank you for the idea. And she smiles. Of course. Yeah, never mind. Farewell. Okay, she was friendly enough. Oh, and she is actually picking up the nails. Pretty nails, she says. That's kind of weird. Is she No, she... Oh, wait a minute. Got an enemy. Apparently these guys don't like me hanging around. That's fine. I was trying to see if she was, not a fiend. A tiefling.
See that?
Can you please kill that guy fast? Okay, I'm gonna bring you around then. Okay, I think this is gonna go well. No, it's not! He's running. He is running for it. Oh boy, he's running the wrong way now. Bite him! Bite him! Bite him in the face. There we go. Okay, we got good stuff. What do we have? A rusty dagger that I will be able to sell for one copper. That's how bad that is. But I have a dirty rat thing. We got a harlot over there. Ash mantle. Oh, a frightened hive dweller. Black Abishai. Wait a minute. Did I... Was it you that I angered? Not you, but the sort of... Okay, yeah, it's basically the same thing. What about this frightened hive dweller? Excuse me. Yeah, nothing for a well. I'm sorry, I don't have money to spare. Yeah, just don't mess with them for right now. It's fine. We got Ash Mantle over here, which is a very interesting name. It's a Dustman. You see a Dustman in long black robes and a pale face. Unlike the Dustman you saw in the mortuary, however, this man looks confused and is glancing about, as if looking for something. When he spots you, he raises his hand to attract your attention. Greetings. The man seems relieved that you are speaking to him. He bows slightly. Thank you for hearing me, traveler. I am known as Ashmantle, one of the Dustman's sect. I was wondering if you could direct me. I don't know the area very well, and I'm looking for a certain establishment, a bar, that those of my sect frequent. Do you know of such a place? Yeah, I do, actually. The Dustman's bar. It's by the mortuary. Orient yourself by the mortuary. Oh, wait a minute. Should I say this? Huh. Sect? You're a Dustman. Don't you mean faction? The Dustman nods. Well, yes, faction. I meant faction. Sect, faction. They're much of the same thing, really. Do you happen to know of this bar that my faction frequents? Yeah, I've heard of it. I'd be willing to help you, if you'll answer some questions for me. He nods. Your request is reasonable. Tell me where I might find the Gathering Dust bar, and I will be happy to answer any of your questions. Yeah, let's go let's go at it the other way around. Let's lie. I don't think he is a Dustman. It makes no sense that he would be. Yeah. Center yourself on the mortuary, then walk 3 blocks west, I believe. That's the first alleyway on the right. The Dustman smiles. Thank you very much, traveler. I appreciate your kindness. The people of the Hive are rarely helpful in such matters. Yeah, so tell me about it. Yeah, tell me about it, I guess. Say, can I ask you some questions? What questions do you have? So I'm looking for a man named Farod. Do you know of him? I'm sorry, but that name is not known to me. I'm looking for a missing journal. I don't know where you might find such a thing. I mourn its loss. Really? I thought Dustman didn't value possessions. The man shrugs slightly. I'm not without sympathy for your loss. There are many things of value in one's life. You have unusual views for a Dustman. The man blinks. Well, I'm not a common Dustman. Yeah, I'm gathering that. Who are you? The man nods, a little uncomfortably. Why, I am Ashmantle, one of the 9th Circle. The 9th Circle? There is no such thing. He suddenly tenses up. I don't have time to debate the practices and rankings of the Dustman sect with you, so if you'll excuse me... Who are you, really? Ashmantle suddenly takes off running. Damn it! Oh, wait a minute, he's not running, he's actually attacking me. Well, or, wait, maybe it's just the game letting me attack him. Well, he's gone. Who was he? Okay, I think this copper earring was just something I put over there for storage, which makes total sense. Because I have precious little space for storage. Jacket knife over here. Yeah, he's gone now. Ashmantle is gone. Sorry! Well, not really. I'm not really sure who he was. This looks like an entrance, but there's no handle or means to opening it. Okay. Got a harlot over there. Seeking company cutter? Maybe. Are you gonna... It's the same as the other harlots. I was expecting something different, but yeah, this is, well, something, you know, that would tell me what that is all about. But maybe I need to come back, because that's quite clearly oh, it's not. Can I mark it? Yeah, I can. No, let's just mark it, as a portal. Can I please type things properly? Thank you. Thank you very much. There we go. So show walkable and all the nice things. That's the Alley of the Dangerous Angles. That's the that's where I need to go for finding Farod. I probably will go there, but I also want to go. Oh, Miriam. Let's talk with her, I suppose. I also want to go back and deal with the other portal that we found before, because that's kind of biting at my noggin. This old woman stands silently by the wall, staring off into the distance. She seems to be unconcerned with the flow of traffic around her, and clutches a wooden bowl from which dozens of small fish are dangling.
Greetings.
Oh, hello, sir. She squints at you for a moment, trying to discern your identity. Oh my, here I was, thinking you're one of me regular customers. And she proffers, I suppose, her fishbowl. Tuna, sir? Mackerel? Sea cucumber?
No fish, thanks. I had some questions.
Her mouth presses down into a tight-lipped frown, and she stares off over your shoulder. Let's look behind and see what she's staring at. You can see nothing of interest behind you. As you turn back to her, you catch her looking at you. She looks away quickly, resuming her staring off into the distance once more.
What? Do I look familiar to you?
Goodness, no! She pauses for a moment. Ah, you do! Wait a minute. Is she crazy? No,
Have you seen me before then?
Huh. That's weird that she says it like that. I think, yeah, or a man with your very likeness, sir. 'Twas so long ago.
Tell me.
Well, sir, you see, my sight's not so good now. 'Twasn't back then, neither. But I thought I saw you walking past with a small group trailing along behind you.
What did these people look like?
It's hard to say, sir. 'Twas so long ago, and you walked by so quick-like. But I remember now the way you held your head up. There was a woman following you, trying to stop you. To get you to turn around, speak to her, but you pushed her away.
What happened then?
Beautiful woman she was, looked so sad, so angry all at once. She stood there for a moment, then followed along behind you just the same, hustling to catch up.
You had said there was a group? Who else was there?
There was at least 2 other gentlemen with you, sir. The only one I remember too clearly, though, was tall and thin. Reeked of bub, he did. I smelled him from across the way. Looked like he hadn't bathed in ages, too. He followed you close, he did, and never said a word. Acted like the woman wasn't even there, even when she bumped against him trying to stop you. That's all I remember, sir.
Okay, I'm gonna give her a copper.
Oh, how much do you give the that's not her asking. How much do I give the fishwife? 10 copper is good, I suppose. Oh my, why thank you, sir, most kindly. May the lady's shadow pass over you. Yeah, thanks, farewell. I don't think she was lying. I find that very hard to believe that she would try to impinge, that's not the word, to basically, you know, sell that story to somebody at random, so probably she wasn't lying. This monument looks similar to the one outside the mortuary. There are no identifying marks on it either. Creeden. Who's this Creeden? This foul-looking man, okay, that's... It reminded me of Reekwind when she said the smelly dude. Tall, but I don't think Reekwind actually matched the rest of the description. But yeah, this foul-looking man is quick to notice he's caught your attention. In moments, he's upon you, hawking his wares. He carries a long wooden bowl. Dozens of skinned and cooked rats dangle from it. As he speaks, he gestures to them with a broad, filthy encrusted hand, smiling a yellowed, snaggle-toothed grin all the while. Oi, Cutter! How ya doing there? What sort of delicious ratsies is you interested in this fine day? Okay, let's examine the ratsies. Each rat has been skinned and gutted. Okay, that's a good start. Their feet and tails removed. Okay, that's a good continuation there. They dangle from the pole by hooks punched through their necks. As you imagine the various manners in which they have been prepared, you realize their heads are slightly misshapen. A bulbous knot of bone protrudes from each cranium, covered in whorls that give it the appearance of brain tissue.
These are strange-looking rats.
Ah, you've got a keen eye there, Cutter. All I sell is brain vermin, I do. I'm sure you'll find they've got a much richer flavor than your usual rats. Quite nice, really. And he proffers them to you. Proffers them to you once more, waving the pole before your face enticingly. The rats sway to and fro, hooked like tiny sides of beef.
Brain vermin.
Aye, Cutter, brain vermin. Foul creatures they are. Now, your normal rats They just eat stored goods and multiply, spread disease and all that. A nuisance, really, no more. Your cranium rat, though, brain vermin, what I go after, they're just trouble. Yeah, when you got more than a handful of little pikers together, they start to get smart on you. Sometimes real smart.
You mean they become more intelligent?
Sure as I'm standing here before you, they do. If I ran across any more than 2 score of them, I'd flee from me caves like that. And he snaps to emphasize the point. I would. You got that many of them in a pack. Why, they get smart as a man, they do. Go on. Here's my best advice for you, Cutter. If you're bent on catching brain vermin, stick to the small packs. A dozen or so at most. But I'll tell ya. He steps close, his breath fetid in your face. He speaks in a hushed tone. You run into more than that. More than a couple dozen. You run like you're in the shadow of the lady. And he backs away from you again. The lady. Aye, the mistress of Sigil. I don't talk about the lady, Cutter. And you shouldn't go asking about her neither. It'll bring ill luck on ya, it will. And he makes a semicircular sign over his chest. Okay. So I wanted to speak about the rats. And he guffaws loudly. His breath is stale and reeks of onions. A bit of an expert in that field, I am. What's your question, Cutter?
Yeah, where do you get all these rats?
What? These? And he jiggles the poles, causing the skinned rats to bounce about in a macabre little jig. I catch them myself, I do. In cellars and alleyways about the hive.
Oh, okay. Tell me about this hive.
My very own home and place of business. What were you looking to find out, Cutter?
Do you know why it's called a hive?
Nah. And the Ratcatcher scratches at his chin, his fingers leaving oily smudges behind. A number of stories about that there are. As I understand it, there's a cluster of buildings somewhere, a tangled mess of shacks and ruins that serves as a gathering ground of sorts. It was called the Hive, and so that's where these slums, this old ward, that's their name from. Takes their name from. A gathering ground. For whom? The man's friendly demeanor turns into a scowl. Troublemaker, Scudder. Even if you could find a place, I'd recommend you stay away from there. I would. That's all I'll say about it. And he wipes his nose with a sense of finality, the scowl now gone.
Okay, I understand.
What's of interest around here? I'm not sure what you're interested in, Cutter. Let me know, and mayhap old Creedon can point you in the right direction.
Okay, I'm searching for a man named Farod.
He looks a bit surprised. Farod? Why'd a Cutter be looking for a man like that?
Well, it's a long story. I just need... I just need to find him.
As the head of a pack of collectors, he is. Moves about all the time, probably to avoid trouble. Calls some place in Ratpiker Square, or Ratpiker Square, is case, most like. He's a right crafty fellow, and the Farod. I could best watch himself around that fellow.
We're collectors.
Birkin gather corpses and haul them to the mortuary. The Dustman will pay him a copper or a deader, I believe. Collectors do this for a living, usually looting the newly dead as well as selling their corpses, I hear. He lowers his voice and scans his surroundings quickly. That some of them help a Burke get lost, if you know what I mean. Wicked folk they are.
Lost.
Dead, Chief. Dead, says Morty. What did you say about people paying for dead rats? Oh, that's right, Cutter. There's a Burke in the Office of Vermin and Disease Control named the Lord, who pays a bounty for him. A copper a head. Oh, a head as a head, yeah. A copper a head, tail, it is. But they gotta be brain vermin, they do. Not just ordinary rats. Okay.
Tell me more about this Lord fellow.
His name is Phineas Lord. I think he was some sort of high up, but he was put down by his rivals and stuck here in the arse end of Sigil. The Burke sits in there alone all night and day, it seems, waiting for folk to bring in tales and paying them the bounty. You know the best part? Poor sod must be allergic to rats, because he has always got a huge rash going. Powers be praised, I ain't that fella. Yeah, put down. Any idea why that would happen? You know, put down from his previous perch, as it were. Well, he's right chatty, he is. He'll rattle his bone box for hours on just how smart he is and the like. Mayhap that's got something to do with it. And he shrugs. Yeah, I suppose. There's a lot of questions that we don't ask. But I'm just gonna go through all the things, and I'm not gonna reread the things that we have read already.
Who are you?
What? Me? Why, I'm Creedon, sometimes called Creed, the butcherer of rats. And he smiles grandiosely, exposing his ill-matched rows of yellowed, broken, and crooked teeth.
Well, Matt Creedon,
you're certainly friendlier than most around here. Well, Cutter, I try. Result of my business, I think. Most folk around here are a beery and downright unfriendly lot, but I want every Cutter to know that Creedon's always got a warm smile and a piping hot, fresh-cooked ratsie for him. And he winks at you. Yeah, I know. I kind of figured that as well. Let's see.
where do you get all these rats?
Okay, so you get some other questions. Oh, yeah.
What is that building there behind you?
And he tosses a glance over his shoulder. That's the Office of Vermin and Disease Control, Cutter. I sell my rat tails there for jinx. Then cook the little blighters up and sell them.
So someone pays for those rat tails.
Yeah, I said that. Not just ordinary rats. Brain vermin. Tell me about them. Aye, Cutter. Brain vermin. Foul creatures they are. Now, your normal rats, you just eat Oh, yeah, that just goes back to what he said before. Good. It's just multiple ways to getting to the same answer, and that is really good dialogue design. Also very hard to make, but that's really awesome. That's really awesome. Where do you get all those rats? Okay, so another question. What I want to ask is what's the best... My god, I just keep misclicking. I'm gonna use the keyboard here. I wanted to speak about the rats.
Yeah, where are the best places to catch rats?
Ah, that's not as easy to answer as it once was, Gutter. You see, the buggers have been getting scarce these days. I used to trap them easy in the darkest streets and cellars, but I may have hunted them a tad too much. You may want to try Rackpicker Square. All them trash piles make a good place for rats to run around.
Yeah, where's this?
I'll show you, Cutter. Just hand me your map. And he points it out to you, leaving a large greasy fingerprint in the process.
Thanks.
Collectors, he goes back to that. Excuse the hiccup. Interesting. Okay, so let's continue with this.
Can you tell me about Sigil?
Aye, Sigil, the cave. What were you looking to know, Cutter?
Why do we call it the cave? It's got so many names, this place.
He shakes his head and laughs, causing the dead vermin on his rat bowl to wiggle about. You see, Cutter, it's on account of all the doors. Some folk call it Sigil of the City of Doors. Magical doors they are, and everywhere too. And they lead to anywhere. And I mean anywhere. But here's the trick to it all. They're locked. They're all locked, so it's more of a cage than anything else. You can only come and go if you have the right key.
Yeah, I know all about that.
Oh, wait a minute. I asked him about the doors and keys, but he peers quizzically at Morte, who floats beside you. I kinda think you'd just ask your Mimir for dark like that. You would? Huh. Morte seems taken aback as all eyes fall on him. What? What? You get the impression that, had he lips, he'd be whistling innocently. Oh, well, I think that's a good time to end this episode. Let's see what happens with this little conversation on the next one. But for right now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Planescape Torment. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video, but above all, as always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.